everyone, welcome to another video. It is me, Desiree, and I thought today I would show you the makeup that lives in my bag, in my purse that I carry around all the time. And I'll kind of use the items that are in here in the way that I normally do to touch up, like my sunglass lines that are here. I have these two blemishes right here that I keep picking at every single day. So of course they're not healing, they're just getting more scabby and red. And just kind of touch up my face with the stuff I carry around for that exact reason. So this is the little bag that I have. I got this at Walgreens. It was 90% off. That's the only reason I bought it. I think these little bags are so expensive, regular price, but it was 90% off. It was like 75 cents or something like that. So it's just a nice clear bag, and I have it stuffed full. To zip it, it's like super tight. But I thought I would go through here and show you the stuff I carry around with me on a regular basis. First off, the little oil absorbing sheets. These ones are for Winky Lux. They're the matcha blotting sheets. I also really love the ones from, what the heck were those rice papers that from Palladium? Does that brand even still exist? I don't even know. From Sally's, I like those ones too. I like these rice paper ones better than the little plastic ones. I don't know why, I just feel like these work a little bit better. And honestly, I always forget that these sheets exist. I've probably had this pack for years, for at least 5 years, if not more. I don't use them every single day, just when I might be going somewhere after work, or I happen to catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror in the car after a long day, and I'm like, I have a mirror finish on my face with all the shine. I do use these and like don't do them on my cheeks so that way I could keep some glow, even though it's mostly highlighter or my glowy blush. But yeah, these things absorb all kinds of oil and stuff off of your face. They're easy peasy. And one little pack will last forever, especially if you don't use them all the time. But I really like these. They always come in handy. And this powder right here lives in my bag. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Freshwear powder. I have the shade 120 Vanilla. I really like this just as an everyday face powder. It has a lot of coverage to it. It kind of reminds me a lot of my old beloved powder from Too Faced, the multi-use complexion powder that no longer exists. I thought they were going to bring it back in different packaging, and they did recently come out with a new powder, but I don't think it's the same powder. I think it's just something else, but I still want to try it and see. But this is a really good substitution for that. It's a lot of coverage. It's nice to use on the whole face, but I specifically love to use it around the nose and on these two little blemishes I have right here to kind of just amp up the coverage a little bit, especially if I just ate something or I'm blowing my nose all day like I am right now. It's nice to just cover up a little bit of redness there. You don't need a lot of it. I literally just get it on my finger and dab it around just to kind of neutralize the area a little bit. And then I also have some sunglass lines right here, which I usually get some of this powder and just kind of dab it there. And then I kind of like rub it in like this. Because the sunglass lines, the red mark will be there until I take a shower tonight. When I wash off all of my makeup and I'm putting on my skincare, I'll have two big red marks right here. I have the sunglasses on for like 25 minutes from the drive home to work, but the mark will be there for hours and hours and hours. It's crazy. So, you know, the mark's still gonna be there. The makeup that kind of sweated away with the sunglasses, it's not going to completely disappear it. Like, I can still see that it's there, but it at least neutralizes that redness and kind of makes it look a little less like your makeup melted off with your sunglasses, you know? But I love, love, love this powder. I also use it all over the face. I carry a little brush in here as well. This one right here. This is a little Real Techniques contour brush. And as far as I know, their little mini brushes here have the full-size brush head, just the mini handle. And this is a perfect brush for this. I just get it, and I could also just dab it quickly over my chin, all around the upper lip. I don't usually go on my whole face with this, just on little spots, usually just the chin area and the upper lip, just to add a tiny bit of coverage back there so it kind of meshes with the rest of the face and it's not just super worn away. But love this little combo. This brush has come in handy for everything. Powder, bronzer, blush, highlight. It's really, really good. I love having these little mini brushes from Real Techniques, and Eco Tools have those little brushes. Another product I cannot live without is the e.l.f. lip oil. These are the Glow Reviver lip oils. This is the one I have here in my room. I use this every single morning, and then the clear one here lives in my bag. I absolutely love this. Gonna put some on right now, of course. They're so lovely. They're smooth, they're glowy, they're glossy, they're just lovely. They have a nice minty taste to them, but it doesn't get in your mouth and choke you. It's just a nice little sensory experience, but it kind of goes away after a little bit. Love these. Gotta have one in the bag at all times. And the concealer that I have found has been the perfect little touch-up concealer is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I have the shade Light 2.3 Madeline, I don't know. I never really fell in love with this concealer. I would use it from time to time on my face, but I just find like getting it with your finger and dabbing it in, or getting it on a brush, which is not really my preference. I don't know why, I just never fell in love with using this every day, but it has come in handy all the time for touch-ups, which is exactly what I'm going to do right now on these two little blemishes. So it's a little pot concealer right here, and I just get a little tiny bit on my ring finger. And I'm going to use the mirror that I always have in here, this little one from Palm Springs. Love this, so cute. So what I do with this is I just press it just a little and then kind of like mush it into the skin. Like the warmth of your finger will really warm it up and help it really mesh into your skin. It has really nice coverage, but it feels thick, but it goes on thin on your face. And I think the warmth of your finger really kind of helps it blend really nicely. It's not gonna disappear, especially this one. I keep poking and poking and poking at it. And of course it's right on my lip. So my lip gloss is gonna kind of get in there and mess with it a little bit. And I just go over it over and over and over until I'm happy with how it looks. And then a little of the powder on top of it to kind of really help with the longevity. But having a blemish right next to your lip, you got to kind of cover it up 100 times a day, which is what I've been doing. And it's not going to completely disappear, you know, you got to be realistic, but it camouflages it enough for me to feel okay about it. I mean, I still know it's there, but I feel better about the redness being toned down a little bit. And this has come in handy for that purpose a lot. I even use this on the chin, around the nose, when I either kind of reach for one of these interchangeably, even though one's a powder, one's like a heavy cream, but they both work really, really well. And I love having this in there for like an emergency. And another product I always have as an emergency that I don't totally love is the Melt Precision Brow Pencil. I bought this because it was on clearance and I don't really like it that much. I don't know if it's just the shade, the texture, the dryness of this pencil. It just drives me crazy. You really have to like scrape at your skin to get it to transfer, but it works perfectly in a pinch. Like if my brows are already filled in and I just need to like amp it up a little bit, or I put them on a little crooked or something, going over an already filled in brow with this, it kind of just adds a little bit more color to them without having to like recreate the whole brow with this awful pencil. So makeup I don't really like also sometimes lives in the bag, because if I don't like it, it still works in an emergency situation. Same with this pencil, or this is a brow thing I guess from NYX. It's the Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. One of my cousins was wearing this once for Thanksgiving, and she drew her eyebrows on with this and they looked so good, so I went and bought it. And I could never get the hang of this, but it always works in a pinch. It's one of these kind of pens that looks like an eyeliner pen, and it's really light pigment, but it's just enough to fill in an already filled in brow. So like the way my brow looks now, if I just needed to fill in a bald spot, even out something, it's nice to add those tiny, tiny little hair-like strokes. Maybe I didn't do the arch the same way as I did this one. I need to add a little bit. It's great to use in tiny, tiny, tiny amounts, but to do a whole brow with this, it doesn't really work for me. Plus, I think the ashiness that's in this is the shade Taupe, this completely turns green when I try to wash it off at night. Once I do like washing off my skincare and everything, I'll have a tint like stained on my skin that's green from this. It's so weird, but I think it's just that ashy quality to it. Because I feel like even in the swatch, you can kind of see that green undertone. It works fine in the brows, but when you rinse it off, it is kind of weird. But it works in a pinch, and I have used this a lot to kind of fill in little bald spots, fix the arch, fix the tail or something on my brows. Good for that, good in an emergency, you know. I feel like I need to add some blush right here. I feel like it's all over here, or it's just the way the light's hitting. I don't know. It's fine. I don't love the way that this touch-up looked on this side with the sunglass lines, but it's just the way it goes. When you put sunglasses on and it's super hot, you could feel your makeup melting right here. And then when you go to take them off, I do start patting it out right away, but it never really works completely, but it's fine. I can always still see them though. A few other lip things that always live in my bag. I say a few, but there's 5. The Tree Hut Sugar Lips Lip Butter. I never totally fell in love with this, but every now and then I'll use it for like the whole day and I'll really love it. It's just the packaging. I mean, it smells really good. It smells like the fakest watermelon, like a Jolly Rancher. It feels good on the lips, but it's not that hydrating or really nourishing. It's kind of just something nice to put on, but it's not going to be my only lip thing and I'll feel good about it type of thing. Anyway, also the packaging. It's one of these squeeze tubes, which is fine, but there's a piece of plastic that I think didn't come out of the mold correctly, and it's so sharp and it scratches my lip every single time I put this on. It's very annoying, so I don't reach for it that often for that reason. And then I have 2 chapstick brand chapsticks. I don't remember the last time I ever used an actual chapstick brand, but there was a raspberry sorbet on a little display at the register one day, and I was like, that sounds great. I love raspberry sorbet, but I don't like chapstick. Like, there's something about this texture and the way it feels on your lips. It feels like candle wax and it feels gross. It's like paraffin wax. I just don't like it at all. And then, oddly enough, the second ingredient in these is paraffin, but all I can feel is the paraffin. Like, I don't know what it is, it just drives me crazy. So why did I buy it anyway? Well, I thought I hadn't tried a chapstick in like 15 years, so I'm sure it's different now. It's so good. It feels so incredible on the lips. It's smooth, it's great. The scent is so lovely. There's something about this little tiny thing and putting it on. I don't know, it's just very novel to me and I loved it. Fell in love with that one, and then I went and bought the 3-pack, the s'mores collection. It was graham cracker, chocolate, and marshmallow. All of them suck. I hate every single one of those scents. I wish I had returned it and I forgot. But then I bought the green apple one, and this one is so good too. I usually absolutely hate green apple. I hate green apple. It makes my stomach turn. But there's something about this that I just really love. And I feel like chapstick brand, maybe just these ones have changed. I haven't tried the original. I just can't bring myself to do it. I feel like it's melting a candle and wiping it on your lips. These live in the bag too because I love busting them out from time to time. And then, you know, besides some hair ties with some hair stuck in them, there are 3 things left in here. 2 of them are eyeliners. I like to always have a black liner in here. Usually the one that lives in here is the ColourPop gel liner. This one is so good. It's so black. It's so smooth. I twisted up way too much and I broke it off. Anyway, it's so black, so smooth, so creamy. It's long wearing. It's really nice. I always like to put this in here because sometimes, like today, I put on all my makeup and then I'm like, I wish I put some black liner on. So it always comes in handy in an emergency. This one doesn't live in my bag, but it's one of my all-time favorites. It's the Tarte Surfer Curl liner. They don't make this anymore because they're crazy, but it looks exactly like the Tarte one. It's also very creamy, very smooth, very black, very long wearing. This is just one of my favorite ones. It just happens to be in there now because I took it to work recently. But that's it. Those are all the makeup things that live in my bag and kind of how I use them to touch up throughout the day. A little powder, a little concealer, a little gloss, you know. You'll feel a little fresher at the end of the day, especially if some makeup's worn off and stuff. But that's it. Oh, I didn't show you this. This is a nail file. This was something I got for Christmas one year, and I use it all the time. And I almost broke it. It's a glass nail file. I used it including today. I use it every day, including today. This nail right here, I went to peel open a box. I knew better than to do that. and it made a dent in my nail, and I busted out this little glass file it down. Also, the glass file will last you forever, and it comes in this handy dandy little carrying case. And that is it. No, there's 2 more lip things. Carmex, of course. I'm a Carmex gal through and through. I will always have one. And then the Laneige Glowy Lip Balm. I have this one in the original berry. I've had this, I want to say I have had this like 6 years. I've had this for a long time. A long time. It's like right here. I go through phases with this where I want to use it every single day. I love the scent. I want to get the vanilla one so bad, but I have the vanilla lip sleeping mask. I don't need the lip balm. Anyway, it smells really good. It's the cutest packaging ever. It's really nice to put on, feels great on the lips. But I go through phases with it where I'll use it for weeks on end, and then I won't touch it for a year. But I keep it in my bag all the time because when I feel like having it on, I'll have it on me at all times, you know what I mean? One more item I do want to show you is the sunscreen I'm currently crazy about for my arms and my hands. It's the Black Girl Sunscreen Kids version in SPF 50. The kids one was SPF 50 and it was $9.99. The regular one was $14.99 and it was only SPF 30. So I thought, there's something weird with the pricing there. But the kids one is great. I have this on right now, not that you can tell because there's no white cast. It feels so good and comfortable on your skin. It barely smells like sunscreen. Barely. Like, I have to put my nose up to my skin to smell it. It spreads on so nicely. It just feels like you're putting on moisturizer, and it disappears really quickly. I love this. This definitely lives in my bag too. Doesn't fit in the bag, but it lives in my bag. Okay, now that is it. Those are all the products that live in my bag and how I kind of use them throughout the day or my makeup emergencies. Let me know some stuff that lives in your bag. I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss my next one, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.